As you probably already know, the Coalition of Neighborhood Associations has published a survey to assess sidewalk quality using Survey 123 technology through collaboration with the Evergreen State College. We're going to assume that you've already downloaded ArcGIS Survey 123 successfully, and you're going to continue without signing in because this is an open, public, crowdsourced survey application. I click continue without signing in, and I don't have any surveys to start with here. The best way to get a survey is to switch to your camera and zoom in on the QR code you've been provided here. That is going to download and unpack and present the survey for you to start using it. So now you're ready to start collecting data as long as you're sure you have turned on your location services. And by the way, Larry Jasa is the head of the CNA, Coalition of Neighborhood Associations, and you can contact Larry anytime with questions. Now, are your location services turned on? Click on the little satellite icon here, and you can see that we're getting frequent updates. Our latitude and longitude and altitude are being recorded by your smartphone with an accuracy of about 15 feet or so. There's some other metrics down here, but that tells you, click the back button to leave that behind. That tells you that your location services are turned on. So as long as you're standing near the sidewalk observation, it's going to capture your location. It's also going to know the date. You can see here it's captured my location with the longitude and latitude there and an error property here of 4.9 meters at present. That number will change in different satellite circumstances. You can take a photograph of the sidewalk problem. I don't have a sidewalk in my computer room, but I can take a picture of a door threshold just to sort of give you the idea here. And now we go to the section on what type of sidewalk observation is this. And there are several different kinds of sidewalk problems you may be seeking to record. One might be a sidewalk surface crack. One might be an abrupt termination of a sidewalk. One might be a vegetation or some other form of interference that causes you to have to walk in the road to get around trees or vegetation that should be trimmed. There are other kinds of encroachments, missing curb cuts, and there's even room to put in some other problem here. You can click this box and type in if you want to observe something that's not one of the listed types above. The most common is probably the sidewalk surface, cracks, heaves, and sinks that make it difficult for certain kinds of mobility across the sidewalk. So let's click that one, and you'll notice that that opens a button, a section here to select the severity surface level. And just so you know, if I pick here, say, vegetation, then I get a question here about vegetation interference. So this is context sensitive. Let's go back to the surface crack there, and we'll rate this as either very bad or neutral, or maybe even excellent or good. It sometimes can be good to enter an excellent or a good just to show that you've been to a location and you're recording that there's really no problem there, and we can see that that area has actually been canvassed. But let's say this is a bad one on a scale of 1 to 5. The bad is 4, 5 is very bad. Oops, I think that's wrong. 1 is very bad, so 2 is bad. And then if you believe there's a significant offset, then you can say yes to that, and it will ask you how deep is the offset. Is it less than an inch, or 1 to 2 inches, or 2 to 4 inches, for example, or maybe you can't tell. Have you ever seen anyone having difficulty navigating this part of the sidewalk? This answer, you could click no if you've never seen anyone, but if you've seen somebody have difficulty with a wheelchair, for example, negotiating this part of the sidewalk, go ahead and type that in and click the done button when you type something in. Do not click this check box just yet. That's going to be the end of the survey. So click done, and now we can see that you have filled in a wheelchair problem here. Similarly, you can answer the question of whether this sidewalk is particularly important as a route to visiting a school, for example, for students that are walking on the sidewalk, or a route to a shopping center. Does the problem extend for a significant distance? Well, probably not, and you could just skip that and leave it blank. But if you type yes, it's going to ask you, like, roughly how far does the problem extend? So suppose you're seeing vegetation blocking 50 feet of sidewalk, or a surface crack where there's broken surface for 100 feet. You could type in here Sorry, I have to scroll back down to it. You can type in here 100 feet, and that'll just give us a sense of the importance of this area. Once again, click the Done button here. You can enter short comments, and when you're all done, you can, you can decide if you want to be contacted. If you type yes, we'll let you type in your email address here, and someone will contact you about this. When you're done, at the end, you can click this check button right here, and that's going to submit the survey. It's going to tell you that the survey is completed and give you a chance to send it now. Now, since your device is online, you have internet connection. You've got some bars up here on your phone. It only takes one bar really to be able to send this small survey, but you can now click Send Now, and it's going to capture your observation and send it up to the cloud, and you're done with that observation. Of course, you can always just click in here to go collect another one with the Collect button, and keep on sending us your observations. We'll be sending you information through the CNA about how to look at the results and the maps of all of the combined observations as this survey continues. Please feel free to contact Ruth M. I am Mike Ruth, but you can contact Ruth M at evergreen.edu with technical questions. And as you know, you can contact Larry Jasa, CNA Olympia at gmail.com with questions and suggestions. Thanks.